Nulls don't have to be our billion-dollar mistake if we implement null defensive coding techniques following these guidelines. By default, value type variables are not nullable. They default to an appropriate value, and they must be assigned a value of the appropriate type. Define a nullable value type variable by adding a question mark after the type declaration. The variable then defaults to null and can be assigned an appropriate value or null. Use nullable value types whenever you need to know the difference between not assigned and set to a value. When we define nullable value type variables, we then need to guard against null. Build a guard clause using the hasValue nullable type property to determine if the value type has a value. If it has a value, use the value property to access that value. In addition to guarding our code from null nullable value types, we should also guard our code from null reference types. Use isNull to check a reference type variable for a null before accessing the variable's properties. When working with a chain of properties, such as pricing.discount.%off, instead of separately checking each step in the chain for null, we can leverage the null conditional operator. Use the null conditional operator to short-circuit chained operations. When navigating down the chain, if an argument is null, the expression evaluates to null and does not evaluate the remaining arguments. This helps prevent null reference exceptions when accessing object properties. To get the compiler's help with reference type null handling, enable reference type nullability. This feature is only available in C#8 or higher. In each project file, add the nullable element and set it to enable. Once reference type nullability is enabled, use non-nullable reference type variables whenever you can. A non-nullable reference type variable must be initialized to a valid default value and cannot be assigned to null. The compiler then provides warnings if the code attempts to assign a null to any non-nullable variable. Use a nullable reference type variable, annotated with a question mark, if the variable can be null. The default value of the variable is then null. The compiler provides a warning if the code attempts to access the variable without a null check. Now that we know how to defend our code from nulls, let's shift gears and focus on method return values.